My dear students, in this video, we will be solving problems related to numerical inequalities. We'll also be discussing linear inequalities and lots more. First of all, we'll have to understand what is an equation. We've already studied linear equation in one variable and two variables in our earlier classes. These equations have two sides called left-hand side and right-hand side. For example, if I talk about ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, this is not a linear equation, it's just I would say a quadratic equation. So here this is the left hand side and this is equal to 0. This part is your right hand side. So any equation, any expression with equality sign is an equation, right? So I would say left hand side and right hand sides are connected by an equality sign. We've also solved some statement problems by translating them in the form of equations, but it's not always possible to translate a word problem in the form of an equation. Instead, we may get certain statements involving a sign of inequality. So let's understand what is inequality. Inequality means when we are provided with some constraints. I would say limitations, right? So what do you mean by that? I mean strictly less than or strictly greater than, or I would say less than equal to or greater than equal to sign, which I'm talking about. So when I am discussing about height of two people, or I would say maybe I'm comparing the heights of two people. For example, height of Rohan is 5 feet, but height of Mohan is 5 feet 11 inches. So I would say that height of Mohan is obviously greater than the height of Sohan. So here I am using greater than sign, right? So where I'm using greater than sign, less than sign, or greater than equal to sign and less than equal to sign, I'm talking about inequalities. Now here let's start with discussion of numerical inequalities. The inequalities which do not involve variables are called numerical inequalities. So I just gave you an example, a similar example, where I was discussing the height of Rohan or Mohan. Am I right? Now we have two types of inequalities. So when we talk about types of inequalities, we have strict inequalities and slack inequalities. So when we are talking about strict inequalities, it's about less than and greater than. But when it is about slack inequalities, so it includes less than equal to and greater than equal to sign. Let's talk about some properties of inequalities. So what are the properties of numerical inequalities, or I would say inequalities? First property is, before talking about the property, मान लीजिए if A, B, C are any real numbers, then A is greater than B, or I can say A is equal to B, or maybe A is less than B. So second part, if A is greater than B and B is greater than C, so this implies A will be greater than C. Third property is, if A is less than B and B is less than C, then yes, very true. This is very obvious that A is less than C. Now, let's talk about the signs of inequalities. See, when it's about sign of inequality, the sign of an inequality remains the same on adding the same real number or subtracting the same real number to each of its sides. Let's understand it with the help of an example. For example, I have a value 5, and I would say 5 is less than 7. Now, if I'm adding 2 to both sides, what will I get? I'll get 5 plus 2 less than 7 plus 2, which means I would say 7 is less than 9, which is true. Now here, please check. Here, sign of inequality is less than even when I added 2 to the numerical inequality, sign of inequality remains the same. In the same way, if I'm subtracting 2 to 5 and 7, I will get 5 minus 2 less than 7 minus 2, further which can be written as 3 less than 5. Again, when I'm subtracting similar value to both sides, the sign of inequality remains same. If it's about multiplying a positive value to both sides, say similar value, I'm multiplying 2 with 5 and 7 with 5, I would say 5 with 2 and 7 with 2, I'll get 10 less than 14. Again, I would say the sign of inequality doesn't change. What if I divide both sides with 2? Let's check. 2 by 5 is going to be 2.5. What about 7 by 2? It's 2 to the 4, 2 3 is 6 point. So I would say 3.5. Again, as you can see, the sign of inequality remains same. What if I multiply a negative sign to both sides? Let's see. If I multiply with minus to both sides, I get minus 5 less than minus 7. Here, the sign changes. Yes, the sign reverses. Why? Because minus 5 is greater than minus 7. So what does that mean? Or if I divide by minus 1 to both sides, I'll get same value, minus 5 greater than minus 7. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is the sign of inequality reverses if we multiply or divide a negative value to both sides. I would say common negative value to both sides. I hope this is clear to all. So the most important part was, if you are multiplying or dividing a negative value, similar negative value to both sides of a numerical inequality, the sign of the inequality reverses. There are a few more properties which I would like to talk about. If I'm provided with 5 to the power, I would say 2, less than 7 to the power 2, right? See, when it was 5 less than 7, I am squaring to both sides. I'll get 25 less than 49. Yes, the sign remains same. If another property, if I am provided with 5 less than 7 and I am putting a negative power, I would say minus 2 to the both sides in the power, what will happen? It will become 1 by 5 square less than 1 by 7 square, which is 1 by 25 less than 1 by 49. Now you can easily see that in this case, yes, your 1 by 25 is greater than 1 by 49. So the sign reverses. And the last property, if I am I am taking the power in 1 in the form 1 by 2. I had 5 to the power 1 by 2. I'm sorry, I had 5 less than 7. I'm taking the power half. Now here I would say root of 5 is less than root of 7. This is also correct. So again, there is no change in sign. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is, if I have a less than b, this implies a to the power n will be less than b to the power n. Second, a to the power minus n will be greater than b to the power minus n. And third, a to the power 1 by n is less than b to the power 1 by n. So this is all about numerical inequalities, right? Now we will be solving, we will be talking about linear inequalities. Now what is a linear inequality? Before discussing linear inequality, let's quickly talk about intervals. Now what is an interval? This is of course related to the numerical inequality content. For example, I am provided by a less than x less than b. So what does that mean? That means the value of x is lying between a and b, where a and b are not included. So when we talk about the n values not included, that means we are going to use open brackets. So this means a comma b. And if you want to represent it on the number line, what will you do? You draw a number line. This is your a, this is your b. You're going to put open circle, and then you are sharing this. You're just drawing a darker line, which shows that the open circle represents this hollow circle represents that the value a and b is not included, and rest of the part between a and b is included. What if it's a less than equal to x less than b? Now, when the value is included, we use close brackets. Okay, so when this is the case, in that case, the interval is going to be a with the close bracket, comma b with the open bracket. And if I want to represent it on the number line, this is my a, this is my b. I'm going to put two circles both sides, but here a is filled, but b is hollow. Or you can say that a is included, b is not included, b is excluded. When it's about a less than equal to x less than equal to b, now here, yes, of course, it's a b closed interval. I hope it's clear to you all now. And how will you represent that? Open, open, a, b, covering it, filling the circles, right? And everything is included. So now your homework part is a less than x less than equal to b. What is it going to be? You will have to tell me in the comment section. If you want to study more, please subscribe the channel and share it with your friends. Now we'll be talking about linear inequalities. Now what is a linear inequality? In mathematics, a linear inequality is an inequality which involves a linear function. A linear inequality contains one of the symbols of inequalities which we have just discussed, which are less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than, equal to, or equal to. So now this is the sign of equality, where when we put this sign, the equation becomes equal to. A linear inequality looks exactly like a linear equation, with the inequality sign replacing the equality sign. So when we are talking about equality, the equation is ax plus b equals to 0. But when it becomes an inequality, the whole expression becomes, the whole concept changes. It becomes less than 0 or greater than 0 or less than equal to 0 or greater than equal to 0, depending on the question. So let's understand how to solve a linear inequality. Let's take an example. Now, few things which you'll have to understand while solving a linear inequality that I'm going to share with you. Let's take an example. Yes, let's talk about a question. See, we are provided with a question which is question 2 2x plus 3 minus 10 less than 6x minus 2, right? Now this is your problem and you need to solve this inequality. How are you going to solve the inequality? See, let's multiply it. It becomes 4x plus 6 minus 10 less than 6x minus 12. So yahan to we've not done anything special, just solving left side separately, right side separately. Now we need to find the value of x. So how will we do that? Let's quickly solve separate. Plus this becomes 6 minus 10 is minus 4 less than 6x minus 12. Now we need to eliminate this 4 and 12, and of course we need to find the value of 4 of x. So how will you solve it? Adding both sides with 4, what we get? 4x minus 4 plus 4 less than 6x minus 12 plus 4. Why we are doing this? It's not an equality question that you can directly solve it systematically and you're getting your answer. Sometimes we do it, but it's better you solve it a better way so that nobody is going to cut your marks anyway, right? So here, what am I doing is I'm solving the inequality. It's not an equality directly you're going to solve. No, just add both sides with 4 so that you can eliminate 4. So what will you get? 4x less than 6x minus 8. Now, what you have to do, you subtract both sides with 6x. You will get 4x minus 6x less than 6x minus 8 minus 6x. So what will you get? Your 6x gets cancelled. You are left with minus 2x less than minus 8. Divide both sides with 2. You get minus x less than minus 4. Now you have to multiply both sides with a negative sign, and the moment you are multiplying both sides with a negative sign, the problem becomes x greater than 4. I hope it's clear. So what will be the solution of inequality? The solution of the inequality is x greater than 4. That means if you draw it on the number line, this is your 4, this is your infinity, and the result is going to be 4 to infinity, both in the open brackets, because 4 is not included. I hope you're clear with the concept, right? So let's talk about one more question. The question is, solve the inequation 5x plus 7 upon x minus 2 less than 3, where x is not equal to 2. Now, how you're going to solve the problem? Solution. We are provided with 5x plus 7 upon x minus 2 less than 3, right? So now when you have numerator and denominator in the question, what you do? You take everything to the left side. You make the problem in such a manner so that you can get right side 0. So let's subtract both sides with 3. We get 5x plus 7 upon x minus 2 minus 3 less than 3 minus 3, which will give you 5x plus 7 upon x minus 2 minus 3 less than 0. This is what we wanted. Now we'll have to simplify. We'll get 5x plus 7 minus 3x minus plus 6 over x minus 2 less than 0. After solving, you'll get 5x minus 3x 2x plus 7 plus 6, 13 over x minus 2 less than 0. So now this implies either 2x plus 13 is is less than 0 and x minus 2 greater than 0, right? So we have these two options. Or we have one more option where 2x plus 13 is greater than 0 and x minus 2 is less than 0. So we'll solve it both ways. So first case, when 2x plus 13 is less than 0 and x minus 2 is greater than 0. In that case, 2x plus 13 is less than 0, which implies 2x plus 13 minus 13 less than minus 13. I hope you're clear now. We are just solving both the sides same way. So we are getting this gets cancelled. 2x is less than minus 13, dividing 2 to both sides. We are getting x less than minus 13 by 2. So this is first case. Okay, on the other hand, x minus 2 is greater than 0, which implies x minus 2 plus 2 greater than 0 plus 2, which gives you x is greater than 2. So this is the case. On the other hand, we have one more case, or 2x plus 13 is greater than 0 and x minus 2 is less than 0. Now in that case, 2x will be greater than minus 13. Now this is how this portion you will have to solve yourself. I'm leaving it to you, and x will be less than 2, which gives you x greater than minus 13 by 2 and x less than 2. So in the previous part, your answer was x was less than minus 13 by 2 as जो मुझे याद है, and x greater than 2. And here the solution is minus 13 by 2 less than x less than 2. Now this portion is not possible. This portion is not possible, but this is possible, right? So hence the solution set of the given in equation is x such that minus 13 by 2 less than x less than 2 for all x belongs to R. Or you can also write minus 13 by 2 to 2 within the open brackets. If you want to represent it graphically on the number line, so this is your minus 13 by 2. This is your 2. Both are in the open circles, hollow circle, I would say, and this is the answer. I hope the problems are clear to you all. Let me give you some homework questions. I would love to see your answers in the comment section. Please do try and solve few problems. If you are provided with x plus 3 over x minus 2 less than equal to 2, x not equal to 2, how will you solve this problem? Or second, if you are provided with x minus 1 over x plus 3 greater than 2, where x is not equal to minus 3, how will you solve the problem? You'll have to tell me the answers. For more related content, do subscribe the channel and help your friends by sharing the content. Thank you.